Hi friends, how are you? Welcome to the 16th episode of Gyani Sharmaji. Hope you're doing well. Uh, Today, as we sit and analyze that there's a lot of volatility in Indian markets and global markets, especially driven by initially the recessionary expectation and then yen carry trade, wherein Japanese markets corrected significantly. So बहुत सारी चीज़ें चल रही है बट व्हाट आई बिलीव आई थिंक लेट्स एनालाइज व्हाट हैपेंड इन यूएस इन्फ्लेशन टच 40 years हाई है ना कि व्हाट हैपेंड द गवर्नमेंट बोरोड एंड द बैलेंस शीट ऑफ फेडरल रिजर्व expanded by 3 times during COVID, and there was enormous amount of liquidity which was chasing risky asset classes, and then even when the easy money is available, inflation always shoots up. So to manage that inflation, U.S. Federal Reserve hiked rates consistently, and we know today the rates are at a very high level, and that's why you see in spite of that growth, of course, growth has to be intact, because when inflation goes up and the central bank increases rates, then definitely growth will kind of will show northward movement. However, today the scenario is different. The growth is there, inflation has eased in US, and just to say that central bank is going to increase rates and further tighten the monetary policy, I don't think it's going to happen in near future, because I believe that of course there is a what happens is when you have a lot of borrowing by the government, and then it is not followed by significant amount of delta growth, always you get a feeling that maybe we are in a recessionary kind of situation, but which is not true actually. So you always feel that there is a recession, but recession, it is not a recession actually. It is a recessionary expectation which may happen to any economy, especially to the size of US economy, which is very large compared to India. So you can see that how it will impact such a large economy. So definitely from today, when we analyze, when we look at the US economy, the growth, the inflation, the unemployment rate, so I don't think that US is in recession. It's only a recessionary expectation, है ना? So there is nothing to worry about US economy as such for a long term investor. The second, जापान में तो उनको रिफ्लेट करना था उधर अलग ही प्रॉब्लम है. दे वांट रिफ्लेशन, द सेंट्रल बैंक वांट टू रिफ्लेट, bring back the inflation. That's why you see the Japanese central bank, whatever action taken by the Japanese central bank was in line. So but if you look at India and Indian markets, or especially Indian monetary policy framework, I don't think there is a major risk in terms of global risk, kind of getting passed on to Indian policy makers, and thereby any kind of policy changes which is going to happen, and which will bring additional risk to the equity or fixed income market. That's my belief as an investor. Of course, all my statements, you please take it as a statement of experience rather than an advice, because I am not an advisor. So I just want to share my best practice so that you guys can also benefit, if you can get benefited out of it. बट ऐसे सिनारियो में क्या करना है, मतलब वेदर यू हैव टू sell stocks or sell mutual funds and all. Lot of friends keep asking me that recently one friend was asking me that you asked me to invest Zomato. I was telling him that Zomato gave me 180% return, and he was telling me that it did not give me that kind of return what you are telling. Then I told him, I will give you 100 names of 100 stocks, and you invest into the same stocks, but the returns may be different. investor return and the stock return will always differ based on your behavioral gap. तो अगर आप बिहेवियरल गैप को प्लग करोगे तो आपका रिटर्न ऊपर जाएगा. दैट्स व्हाट आई वाज टेलिंग हिम, दैट आई एम नॉट सुपीरियर बट ओनली व्हाट आई एम डूइंग इज आई एम मैनेजिंग द मोड ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड मोड ऑफ डिसइन्वेस्टमेंट कैन bring your financial success. So it's very very important that in these kind of scenarios you manage your plug your behavioral gap and manage the mode of investment and disinvestment. Then this that can bring financial success to you rather than spending too much of time on stock selection. I don't think that nowhere it is going to add on to your financial success. Of course, some stocks which are going up significantly higher may add that alpha, but in the end the mode of investment always decides your financial success. Friends, I hope you will follow all the best practices and ensure that you go in a right direction in multiplying your wealth with this positive thought. Thank you, thanks a lot. बने रहिए. खुदा हाफिज़.